Hello and welcome to the latest update on the work being undertaken by Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service. My name is Watch Manager Sam Allison and I'm based at Trowbridge and I'm currently working as the Inclusion Officer, making sure that we are reaching all parts of our communities with our recruitment, prevention and protection activity. First of all, let's take a look at some of the achievements that we've done since the start of the year. The pandemic has continued to affect how we work, and we have been praised by Her Majesty's Inspectorates of Constabulary and Fire and Rescue Services. They carried out an inspection of all fire and rescue services in England in October. Our report details how we responded to the pandemic, maintaining vital services to our communities and working to support partner agencies. The inspector has identified 66 areas of good practice, whilst highlighting just 2 areas for us to focus on. You can see these full findings on our website. One of the areas that really impressed them was the commitment to maintaining our prevention and education activities during the lockdown. A huge range of digital resources have been developed and added to our website, from road safety to themed stories, videos and team lessons. The inspectors also acknowledged the great work that has been undertaken over the last year with partners such as firefighters driving ambulances for the South Western Ambulance Service, both uniformed and corporate staff helping to fit PPE for people working in the health and care sectors. The staff from all parts of the service volunteering at local vaccination centres. This partnership work is continuing, and I've been personally involved in promoting and supporting the introduction of the mobile vaccination centre in Wiltshire and Swindon. This converted bus is being used to target people who are eligible for vaccines but are either hesitant or have difficulty in reaching other locations. We've been talking to community leaders, faith groups and public health teams to get this service to places where it is most needed. As with many employers, many of our staff have now been working at home for more than a year. With the lifting of the restrictions, we have been liaising with those staff to see how flexible working can continue to go forward, and while also developing our own roadmap to bring back face-to-face training, meetings and presentations wherever possible. When the schools closed again at the start of the year, Pusey-based Green Machine Computers started a campaign to collect unwanted laptops and tablets so they could clean and refurbish them before making them available to children in need. Pusey Fire Station opened a collection point, and within weeks, 8 further fire stations across Wiltshire and Dorset did the same, together with our 2 ICT offices. In January, we opened a new recruitment assessment centre in Salisbury. The 15 assessment days have been held since the start of the year for both on-call and whole-time firefighters. This ensures that all potential recruits are assessed to the same standards and involves fewer staff than previously approached. It also allows practical elements to be measured on the same day as the fitness testing, which is hosted at the nearby Five Rivers Health and Wellbeing Centre. The tests were tried out by BBC South weather presenter Alexis Green in April, resulting in a fantastic promotion of our on-call firefighting opportunities. It was National On-Call Awareness Week at the start of March, and we used our social media channels to misbuff some of the misconceptions about being an on-call firefighter. Our thanks go to those who have provided video case studies showing that dyslexia, diabetes, or some physical challenges need not be a barrier to joining the service, any more so than not having English as a first language or being a female. This approach was supported by the film we made for International Women's Day on the 8th of March, featuring conversations with female staff from all parts of the organisation, talking about what working for the fire and rescue service is like for them. Last year, we carried out a large-scale recruitment campaign for new whole-time firefighters, and this work was supported by staff from across the service who helped with interviews and assessments. We are about to bring 22 new firefighters into the organisation, which is a great outcome. Another significant recruitment event was held in April for fire control and resulted in almost 130 applicants, well over the target. Control room staff took the lead on the campaign, which included TikTok videos on social media and a successful Facebook Live event. The National Fire Chiefs Council held their annual Sprinkler Week in May, and we supported this with some bespoke videos and social media imagery produced with the fire safety team. Social media was also used to promote International Water Day at the end of March, which allows us to focus on the work of the hydrant technicians and just how much water we need sometimes. Nearly 4 million litres was used at the Wareham Forest Fire last year. The 1-year anniversary of the Wareham Forest Fire was marked in May through a range of media activities with partners including Dorset Council, Dorset Police, the Urban Heaths Partnership and Forestry England. Several large heath fires have already happened in 2021. We dealt with a fire at White Sheet Plantation near Wimborne at Easter. 2 concurrent fires at St Leonard's and St Stephen's Castle, Boveridge Heath near Verwood on May Day bank holiday. We are anticipating a busy summer as people stay in the UK for their holidays, so our partnership approach is continuing to underpin our education and prevention work. This includes improved signage, information targeted at visitors through accommodation providers, social media and using local radio to spread the word. We're also using a hashtag, bring a picnic, not a barbecue, to target day trippers and visitors. As well as these heath fires, we have had some other significant operational incidents in recent months. Shortly after 2 in the morning on the 23rd of January, we were called to a large fire at a metal recycling yard in Gypsy Lane, Swindon. 6 fire crews were needed to tackle the blaze. Together with an aerial ladder platform and a water carrier, the fire caused a substantial smoke plume in the area while it was being brought under control. There have been 3 fires affecting thatched properties since the start of the year, and in all cases, firefighters did a great job in minimising the damage caused. On the 6th of March, a detached house in the village of Sturt near Devizes was saved after a fire broke out in the roof. At the height of the incident, there were 14 crews, an aerial ladder platform, a water carrier, an incident command vehicle, and 2 other supporting vehicles at the incident. As well as firefighting, all of the occupants' possessions were brought to safety outside. On the 27th of April, a fire in a roof of a thatched home on High Street, Collinburg, Dorset, saw 18 crews and multiple support appliances in attendance, including several from both Hampshire and Isle of Wight and the Royal Berkshire Fire and Rescue Service. On the 23rd of May, 10 fire crews and a number of support appliances dealt with a serious thatch fire in Pamp Hill near Wimborne. Whilst dealing with the fire, firefighters were withdrawn from the building due to a partial collapse. Thankfully, all occupants managed to escape before the service arrived. Owners of thatched properties in Dorset, Wiltshire can request free safe and well visits. There is advice online about making your home as safe as possible. Life-saving equipment brought in following recommendations from the Phase 1 report of the Grenfell Tower Public Inquiry has been used for the first time within the service. When a ladder or a smoke-free staircase is not available, fire escape hoods, which help to protect the wearer from toxic fire-related gases, vapours and particles for at least 50 minutes, can be used when people need to be evacuated from or through a smoke-filled location and other exits. A fire in a first-floor flat at Cunningham Crescent, Bournemouth on the 2nd of April saw 11 people and a dog brought to safety. Whilst 9 were rescued by ladders, 2 of the residents wore fire escape hoods as they were rescued by firefighters using the internal staircase of the building. The hoods had been tested by firefighters during 4 high-rise exercises held in November and December and are now available on all fire engines across the service. I hope you've enjoyed watching our updates. Please visit our website if you'd like any more information about anything you've seen. Stay safe, and don't forget also to look out for summer safety reminders on social media. Thank you.